Today's video, we are going to take a trip. In my saga of getting this 911 serviced and into shape to satisfy me, I made several comments about not being able to find a good, or not being knowledgeable about where to find a good independent dealer or mechanic to work on the car. And in the comments, a gentleman named his YouTube name at Larry Hand commented to me that there's a place in Shreveport, Louisiana, which is not far from where I live, who works on his Porsches. So we're about to go down there, and the place is called Foreign and Classic Auto Repair, or Foreign and Classic Automotive, or something. We'll find out when we get there. And we're about to go down there. About to get the Range Rover fired up, get it out of the garage. It hasn't been out in a while. We're gonna ride down to Foreign and Classic. Hopefully they'll let me film or record, so I can see what this interaction is gonna be all about, and see if that will be the place that will work on the Porsche for me. So let's get moving, y'all. Let's get moving. First things first, I got to get the Range Rover ready. When I was a police officer, that was my partner right there. I never gave it a name, but it used to ride in my passenger seat. Get the Rover off the battery tender. Gotta get I bought a battery tender for the Porsche, and I'll be parking that one over here next to this once I get it back. So let's get moving. My camera's shaking a little bit. It's because my mount isn't secured properly. I'm trying to secure it properly. I tried to secure it properly before I left. But I've discovered already through these comments about this 911 that there are a lot of positive people out there who are giving me some good advice on where to get it looked at, things to look out for. A lot of congratulations, and a lot of comments about various opinions on warranty, CPOs, PPIs, which was the reason I started that particular string of or that particular video, when I was getting so many negative comments about not doing PPIs or not buying warranties. And a lot of people have various ways of taking care of that. Some people are doing their own, some people are buying warranties, some are doing PPIs, some are not. So the point was to get the dialogue going, which happened, and to see that what works for somebody doesn't work for somebody else. And everybody's different. Everyone's financial situation is different. Some people only go to the dealer. Some people never go to the dealer. Some people do their own work when they can. And I appreciate all the dialogue back and forth. It's been overall positive. Very, very few negatives, and very few people saying ridiculously stupid things. So let me not bore you any further. Let's get on to Foreign and Classic. And while I'm on the way to Foreign and Classic in the Range Rover, I just wanted to say, even though this video is mainly about the Porsche experience, trying to get it ready for the road, I'm going there in my Range Rover Sport SVR. You hear a lot of negative things about SVRs. This thing is absolutely amazing. 4. This is my 4th one that I've had. I've never had a problem out of any Range Rover. They're like anything else. You have to maintain it. This thing's 575 horsepower. It is a screamer. It pops and bangs like crazy. You know, but if you don't maintain it, it's like anything else. It's gonna break down on you. And if it breaks down, it's expensive. It's as expensive as that Porsche. It's probably more expensive in some ways because these air shocks on each corner, those are $3,000 jobs per corner. So you know, you gotta take care of these things. I keep these things heavily serviced. My Range Rover, my Mercedes, and now my Porsche. So I just want to throw that out there. Anyway, let's get on to Foreign and Classic. Looks like we're here, or close enough. Let me see. Where is Foreign? It should be on my left. There it is. Oh, there it is. Holy cow. This place. Wow. Excuse my surprise and shock, people, but wow. I see S-Class. I see old classics. I see Cayman. I see GT3, BMWs, Mercedes-Benzes, Mini Coopers. Audi Q5s, 7 Series BMW, Mercedes-Benz, GLS 450s, Volvos. Yeah, they've got everything in here. All right, let me find somewhere to park. So I'm about to walk inside and see if they will let me continue to record in here. Got 2 GT3s right there, side by side. Look at this here. I don't know what this is, but it's classic. It's a Chevy of some sort. Yeah, this is the right place. Good morning, sir. I'm looking for a place to work on my Porsche. And a guy on my YouTube channel told me to come here.
What kind of Porsche do you have?
911 2012 Carrera S. So I bought one in Dallas.
Yeah.
It's at the dealership now. And I was on my YouTube channel talking about it, and I was going to, for my other vehicles, going to Monroe's. I don't go to your tech too much. Yeah. And I was on the YouTube channel saying that I needed somewhere, and I was looking for, and people were giving me comments. But the guy says, you guys work on his Porsches. He says, go to Ashley Ridge. Yeah. So that's why I'm here. Okay. So, is it okay for me to record for YouTube here? Just while I'm talking to you. Yeah. Because people are asking me, like, go down here, see what they do, see if they can work on it. And I'm not recording people, just.
Yeah, it's a car we do work on.
Okay. So.
We don't do any paint or body, all mechanical.
All mechanical, okay. So I need brakes, rotors, and sensors for that. I'm sure you know the deal.
You need front and rear, or you just?
I want to do front and rear. Yeah, the front's for sure. Well, they told me I got some time left on them.
Yeah,
but
it's got an electronic sensor, so it'll actually turn the light on the dash. Brake pad wear sensor light once it gets to 3 millimeters.
I don't think it's that. Yeah, it's not that low yet. But the front rotor does have a ridge on it for sure. Car's new to me, you know, and I'm just saying to like get it done, be done with it, kind of thing. So that's what I wanted to do. So, what would you guys get for that?
I'll need a VIN number.
I can give you that.
I need the VIN number, and then I can estimate it.
Okay. Do you guys do recalls?
No, sir.
Okay. I don't think anybody does. Okay. So when I bought the one that I have right there, it had 2 factory recalls on it. So that's one reason why the dealer got it. Yeah. So as long as he was in there pulling the bumper off, and the car's new to me, had a good clean Carfax on it, but that didn't really impress me really. So I told him to just do everything while he's in there, change it all. They want $5,500.
I know what they want.
$5,500.
Yeah.
You kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
That's everything complete.
That's front, rear, pads, rotors, and sensors, and
Okay. So I should get it back from them. They're doing with PDK service, and which I had assigned him all that before I knew about you guys.
Yeah. We stay booked up typically 6 to 8 weeks out.
Really, that far?
Yeah. This is January. It's already full.
Really?
And we're in the second week of February right now. It's always like that.
So when it comes, when it comes out of there in a couple of days, I mean, it will have everything will be done. I mean,
Yeah.
the PDK is done, the recalls are done. He's already back there, so he's doing the filters, the plugs. He checked the coils for me. I don't know. I think he went in there and checked the cylinders. He didn't give me any bore scoring bad news.
Yeah. Did you get a service history with the car?
All he had was the Carfax report, which was pretty detailed up to a point. But then it had a lot of services on it, but it didn't have a lot of detail in it.
Yeah.
So it was just like oil change, oil filter, tire rotated. I know that some of those things.
Does it not have brakes yet?
I didn't see any when I went through every page of that Carfax. I didn't see any report of brakes being done. So because it's just new to me, I'm like, I want to just do it all. He's already in there doing recall stuff, so just no sense paying double to pull the bumper back off again. He's Porsche's covering all that.
You gotta put him in service. It's called service mode. So you
to do all that.
Pull the bumper off.
Yeah,
it's not hard.
Well, I mean, as long as he was in there, there's no sense coming somewhere else and having that done again to change filters and plugs, and he's already in there. Change the fluids for me, so he's taking care of all that stuff there. So, but when he gave me the price on the brakes, I was like, nah, no, I'm not letting him charge me that much money for brakes. There's no way. When he told me about the brakes, though, he didn't say it was down to the 3 millimeters. He just said, based on how I plan to drive the car, so you probably got 3,000 miles left on these things. I probably won't put 3,000 miles on it this whole year. Maybe I won't, but even still, I'm still gonna get it done anyway, so I don't have to worry about it. But so the indicator indicates around 3, you said?
Yeah, when it's just an electronic sensor and it just cuts it. When the brake rotor and the pad get to a certain thickness, it'll cut that sensor and it'll turn the light on.
So I'm good at least up to that point.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna wait that long.
And after you get it back, you want to drive by, I can look through the wheels and see the brakes.
Okay, I would definitely do that because it's right.
If I agree with them or don't agree with them.
Because it's right over there at Porsche anyway, so I expect it back today or tomorrow. Okay.
All right.
Well, when I get it back, I'll definitely bring it back. Thanks a lot. I like this gas pump.
Yes, sir.
Ooh, look at these GT3s. They are nice. I think I saw that one at a Cars and Coffee, the blue one. I've never seen the white one before. All right. I'm gonna get home and get this edited up. All right, so there was my visit to Foreign and Classic in the Ashley Ridge area. Thanks, Larry, for recommending me there. I got the estimate for the brake job for them, and I will go and ponder that one in my decision making. Now I have 3 different prices. They're all lower than the dealer for sure, and I will make my decision. But he did tell me one thing here at this place, that he stays booked up for 6 weeks out. So that's something to consider. But I need to go find out what the millimeters are on the brakes. I mean, I think the dealership told me what they were. I don't remember, because he did say that I had time. So this gentleman in here just said that at 3 millimeters is when the sensor activates. And on my list of things that the dealership said I need done, and he put needs attention, he mentioned the brakes, but he didn't have that the brakes need attention right away. He did mention the axle shaft, the two front, and matter of fact, just the axle shaft and two front tires. He didn't mention the brakes. He didn't write it on the list. There's a list of things, and the brakes are not on the list of needs immediate attention or concern. But they're a concern to me. So I'll make a decision. I mean, I've got the money. I may as well go ahead and just get it done. But let me go and relook at the amount of millimeters are on the brakes. Maybe I won't get the brakes done. But we'll find out. Thanks for watching. Take care of each other. Be kind to each other. And stay tuned for other updates. And I will see you the next time I'm doing some retired dude stuff.